Man, I saw on the interview that you did, you talked about, you know, your goals. When you got to fan base, you kind of noticed, or when you found out that there was that paywall or that people could get paid, you were like, "Oh, I'm taking it over. I got to do. I'm
That's
getting
that
ready to."
competitive spirit.
Hey, listen,
It's over.
Scale was like, "I'm not Julius Caesar, but when I found out I could get paid, I said I got to do this, Brutus." I was like, "Ooh, no, Scale didn't." But
Cleopatra.
you talked about writing your goals down, right, and being intentional, and I think that works out for you very much. So, how was the dressing room created? How did you? How were you? How did that intentionality radiate over into a whole bomb show being created? Because make no mistake, y'all, what's the show Scale on E? What's the name of the show where they look at fashion?
Fashion police.
Something similar to that, but with a whole lot more insight and a whole lot more commentary and a whole
Whole
lot
lot
more.
blacker.
There you go, a lot of expertise. So, how did you come up? Could you tell us how you came up with that Scale? And I'm gonna bring up your fan base so that we can look as you're speaking.
Absolutely. Um, so I knew that I wanted to do a fashion based audio room. Like I knew it. And I thought like because at the time it was like in a lot of business rooms, like how to do this in business and how to AI and all that. And not that that stuff is not important, like absolutely, but like I don't know. I know for me, it's like you want to spend time, I don't want to say like you're not thinking because like you definitely are thinking in the dressing room, but like more maybe on the entertainment side. So I knew I wanted to do a fashion based audio room, and I was like, even if it's just two people, at least we get to talk about fashion. Um, so I would, and that's another thing. Like, I'm never afraid to reach out to people and say, well, how do you do this? Or what do you think about that? Or whatever. So, I mean, that's what I did. I knew some people who had big rooms on like Clubhouse, or even on Fanbase or whatever. And I was like, asking them questions. And like, it was like very much a give and take collaborative effort. And that's how we came up with the system of using the PTRs to vote high or not for your outfit. Like I said, I wanted it to feel like no matter what, you can participate in the dressing room. So, if you are comfortable with speaking or coming on stage or whatever, because I understand, like, you don't know what to expect. So that's where the PTRs came from. God, it was such a, thank God for that because like I just feel like it's just such a staple now on the app, and it's just like nobody else is doing it, right? So like, um,
Nope.
I'm I'm just excited that like we even came up with that idea because I like at first, like I said, it was to like just maximize participation, but like we're so uniform, like we're so like in sync in the room, and I feel like that energy like radiates. So I love it.
It does. It really does, y'all. I always feel welcome. I always get a warm
Good.
embrace from Scale when I come in there. Sometimes I'll be trying to hide. She be like, "Hey, Logic, I see you. Get on up here."
I think it's a soft skill that people don't understand, and I think that's even in real life too.
Mm,
Like, speak to people,
for sure.
make people feel welcome. And so the tagline for the dressing room is everybody that comes to the dressing room is expert on fashion. So as soon as you step into the dressing room, you're an expert. Your opinion matters, and I want to hear your opinion. And like I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I want to hear what you have to say, what you think, and because of that attitude, I just like people grew in their fashion, like their knowledge, their vocabulary, like everything. And so like, we accomplished, and are still accomplishing like what we wanted to the room to mean and what we wanted the room to be.